All right, let's just get right into it. Have you ever felt just completely overwhelmed by English grammar? You know, that feeling like it's this giant, endless mountain you have to climb before you can even think about speaking confidently? Well, if that's you, you're in the right place. We're going to talk about a totally different way to think about it, a strategy that makes learning feel so much lighter and honestly, a lot faster.
This one. I am not ready to speak yet. This single thought right here is probably one of the biggest progress killers out there. It's this belief that you've got to have everything memorized like perfectly before you can even try to have a conversation. And man, is that a huge wall to put in front of yourself.
So, does this feel familiar? I'm guessing it does. That feeling of not being ready is so common. But here's a thought. What if that feeling isn't really about the grammar you don't know? What if it's about something else completely?
And that's what we're going to call the grammar trap. See, the real issue isn't that English grammar is hard. I mean, yeah, parts of it are tricky. The real problem is that it feels endless. It's like a to-do list that just keeps growing and growing. And that feeling, that's what creates the anxiety that just stops you in your track.
In these thoughts, there is always more grammar. I will never finish learning. These are the exact feelings that make people just want to give up. It's that sinking feeling that no matter how much you study, there's always another rule, another exception, just waiting for you. It's exhausting.
So, okay, how do you get out of this trap? Well, you need a smarter strategy. And it all comes down to a really powerful shift in how you think about it. We're going to move away from this impossible idea of perfection and instead focus on something that's actually motivating and achievable: progress.
And this right here, this is the big idea. Let me just say it again because it's so important. Progress comes from use, not from completeness. Think about it. The whole point of learning a language isn't to get a perfect score on a grammar test, right? It's to actually talk to people, to connect with them. It's a tool.
So you've really got two ways to go here. The old way, the grammar first path, is where you try to learn literally everything, just hoping that one day you'll magically feel ready to speak. But the communication first path, that's about speaking now, today, with what you've got, and you just let yourself get better naturally as you practice. I mean, which one of those sounds less stressful?
And this is so crucial to understand. Deciding to skip some of that super advanced grammar for now, that's not being lazy. It's not failure. It's actually a really smart strategy. You're choosing to put your energy where it's going to have the biggest impact, actually using the language.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, but what can I actually ignore? Let's get really practical. I'm about to give you your official Ignore for Now list. This is the stuff you can literally stop worrying about starting today.
Just look at this list. Past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, third and mixed conditionals. I mean, they even sound complicated, right? Getting reported speech perfect, complex passive structures. Look, this is advanced stuff, and honestly, you just don't hear it that much in everyday chats. So you can take all of this and just put it on a shelf for later. I promise, people will still understand you. The goal is to be clear, not to be perfect. So here it is. This is your official permission slip. You are now allowed to ignore these things for the time being. Go ahead, just mentally cross them off your to-do list. Take a deep breath. Permission granted. All right, ready for permission slip number 2? This one is about mistakes. Because, let's be real, the fear of making a mistake can be just as paralyzing as not knowing a rule in the first place. But here's the secret. Not all mistakes are a big deal. You know, things like forgetting to say a or the, or mixing up prepositions like in, on, at, or that little s on the end of a verb in the third person. We all do it. But think about it. Does that stuff actually stop someone from understanding what you're trying to say? Nope, almost never. If they get your meaning, you've succeeded. That's successful communication. All the little details, the fine-tuning, that can come later.
Okay, so let's start to pull all of this together. The big shift we're talking about is moving from that perfection mindset to a communication mindset. It's all about using what you already know instead of stressing out about all the things you don't.
This might be the most important thing to remember. English isn't a test that you have to pass. It's not an exam, it's a tool. It's like a hammer or a smartphone. You just pick it up and use it. You use it to build something, to share an idea, to connect with another person.
Now check this out, because this little statistic is a real game changer. You might feel like you only know a tiny piece of all the English grammar out there, maybe something like, I don't know, 20%.
Well, guess what?
That 20% is what you'll use for about 80% of your everyday conversations. It's the classic 80-20 rule. It means you probably already have the most important and useful tools you need.
So where do you go from here? How do you keep getting better? The way forward is actually really, really simple. 1. Just practice regularly, even a little bit. 2. Be okay with making small mistakes. They're just part of it. And 3, the most important one, just focus on what you're trying to say. Focus on the meaning.
Look, if you only remember one thing from all of this, please let it be this. The solution to feeling stuck isn't buying another grammar book. It's not memorizing more rules. The solution is using what you already have. You don't need more grammar. You need more practice. You need more use.
So I'm going to leave you with this. We're shifting the focus, right? It's not about what you still have to learn anymore. It's about what you're ready to do right now. Your progress really does start with your next conversation. So the only question is, what are you going to go say?